Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making a delicious apple galette. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna make the pie dough. If you have a round of pie dough in your freezer already, or you wanna use store-bought pie dough, just skip ahead to the filling. I'm making mine from scratch today. Into the bowl of my food processor, I'm adding 1.5 cups or 180 grams of all-purpose flour. For a slight kiss of sweetness, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And if you haven't had a galette before, this is gonna give you all the apple pie vibes you would ever want in a really, really easy recipe. And honestly, I love the proportions of it. With a scoop of ice cream, it is unbeatable. For a little contrast, half a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna pop the top on and just pulse it to combine. You could definitely make your pie dough by hand. Same steps, just whisk this up in a bowl and you're gonna work the butter together with your hands instead of using your food processor. Perfect. I have half a cup or 113 grams of cold unsalted butter. We're gonna cut this into cubes now. Once your butter's cubed up, transfer it into the bowl of your food processor. And we're gonna pulse this just a few times to break the pieces down a bit. Perfect. And now it's time to add the ice water in. We're gonna start with 4 tablespoons. You want just enough to hold the dough together. You don't wanna add too much because you lose the flakiness of the pie crust. By the way, if you like my recipes, hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new videos every single week. While pulsing, I'm gonna drizzle the 4 tablespoons in now. Once those are in, it's time to take a look. Never put your hands in a food processor. I learned the hard way. Use a spoon, grab a little bit, transfer to the palm of your hand, and give it a squeeze. If it holds together, it's ready to use. Yeah, that's great. Normally I have to add more ice water, but today it is 100% humidity, so nature helped me out. My food processor's done. We can get rid of the blade, transfer this to our work surface, and get it into a disc. Dump that onto your counter. So galettes are French. It's a lovely dessert, and you can make so many different kinds. I think an apple is just the most popular, but the word literally translates to flat cake. That's basically what this is, but made with pastry instead of like a fluffy cake. This holds together, but it's still fairly crumbly, so it's good to give it just like 2 to 3 kneads where you use your palm and press down. It's gonna smush the butter into little planes and give you a nice flaky dough that holds together. Bring this together and shape it into a disc. I'm gonna wrap this in plastic and chill for 2 hours. You could make this the night before and have this ready to go in the morning if you wanted. There we go. Wrap this tightly so that it does not dry out. Our pastry dough's been through a lot. The gluten needs to relax, the butter needs to harden up, and that's why we're gonna pop it into the fridge right now. All right, we're ready for the fridge, and we'll be back with the magic of editing. Once your dough is chilled, pop it onto the countertop, preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and grab a rimmed baking sheet and line it with some parchment paper. Now we're gonna peel and slice 3 apples. Best to use a baking apple for this, but honestly, any of your favorite apples will work. The best apples for this are ones that'll hold up during baking, so Pink Lady, Granny Smith, Honeycrisp, all great options, but like I said earlier, different apples just have a different consistency when baked. So if you like a really soft, mushier apple, choose one of those. Cut the flesh from the core. Grab your apple flesh and cut it into 1/8 inch. Well, that's what it is. It's even pink. Grab your apple pieces and cut them into 1/8 of an inch slices. Apple flesh. Transfer to a bowl as you work. transfer your apple slices into the bowl. Now we're gonna add extra flavor to our apples with a tablespoon of lemon juice. No seeds. I love apple and lemon together. Toss these to coat. A 1/4 cup of granulated sugar for a kiss of extra sweetness. Sprinkle that right over. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And now we're gonna give this a nice toss so everything is nicely distributed. It smells so good. This is an apple pie in a different, much, much easier form. It also bakes up faster than an apple pie too. Set this aside, and now we're gonna roll our pastry out. Sprinkle your surface with flour. And you're gonna roll this into a 12-inch circle. Little flour on top, a little flour for your rolling pin, and get to work. Just keep moving your pastry around and adding additional flour in between rolls. I'm using a pastry mat today because it really makes my life easier. It's less sticky than a countertop, and I can lift it up and pop it into the fridge or use gravity to release the pastry dough. Rustic edges are fine. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a trim so it's more circular. It's very Virgo friendly now. So this is what I mean by making it easier. So simple. Transfer this to your baking sheet. You never want to assemble your galette until it is on either parchment paper or in the pan. You don't want to transfer it after it's assembled. I learned this the hard way. Transfer the filling into the center. So we're making an apple galette today, but you can use basically the same recipe to make a blueberry galette. All different kinds of fruits will work well in here. I'm scooching these around so I have about a 3-inch border. If you have less than 3 inches for a border, it's okay. I had a lot of apples in this. This is delicious, but 2 tablespoons of butter will add some richness and give you a lovely mouthfeel that changes the way you taste this. So drizzle that over. Now you're gonna fold over and create beautiful and simple little pleats. That looks nice, I think. Look how cute that looks. A beaten egg will give you a lovely golden finish for the crust. Just brush it all over. You can also get into the pleat like that and then push it down to help seal things. Semi-optional, but I think a sprinkling of sugar on top, I'm using sanding sugar, gives you a really nice finish. My apple galette is ready to go into the oven, 400 degrees for 45 minutes. It'll be just like transcendently golden and beautiful. I'll show you what that looks like. In you go. Allow it to cool slightly, give it a slice, and just like that, your apple tart is ready to enjoy. This is why galettes are one of my favorite easy desserts to make. Crisp butter crust with that juicy, delicious fruit filling. It is so good. I hope you get a chance to make this easy recipe, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my French dessert playlist.